Hello and welcome to LowerBitrate, episode number 8.
Wow. Hello, everybody.
2020, brand new year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah. People over here wasted no time in being fuck ups. Literally,
Really?
yeah. I live by a highway and I was making French fries at 1 a.m. Don't judge me. And
In your air fryer, let me guess.
in my air fryer, I make everything in that. And there was
Okay.
a 4 or 5 car accident spanning the whole highway. Bunch of
Wow.
cops. But when the fire department's there, that means that they're going to use the jaws of life. So yeah, I believe lives were lost. So, and it was a drunk driver. So
Jeez.
yeah, people wasted no time. But this
safe,
episode,
everybody.
yeah, please, this episode's not a downer. It is an upper because I'm fucking jacked. I am straight up on caffeine, hopes, and dreams.
It's a new year. New year, new Lou.
Oh, this is the same me. But I have obligations and I have to stick to them. Otherwise, I'd be sleeping. So, let's get into it. I have a spicy week in gaming. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I want to hear about yours first.
Oh, shit. Okay. Throw it back at me, why don't you? I was ready to hear about your spicy week. Well, I had a pretty spicy week. I got an Oculus for Christmas, as we mentioned last podcast, but that was finally cleared out the space. You need a minimum of a 9x9 area. Different apps will tell you different things, but you need about like 12 square feet. So I was able to clear some space, and it turns out I have the Oculus where it has cameras on the outside, so it's really cool. It's presenting this form of augmented reality, like I can see my room with keeping the visor on.
Really?
Yeah, it's bizarre. I see my dog like walking around the room and stuff, but so far I have not punched any holes in walls. So far so good. You just got to be careful with your like guardian area that you build.
Oh,
In the middle
yeah, that
of
was
the
my
room.
question. So you basically like trace an area while you're in the augmented reality?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking
It's
dope.
It's so cool. It's like I'm in Pokemon Go or something. Just there's different levels of reality I'm learning, and the Oculus S has 3 cameras. Like it looks very funny when you look at it because it looks like these googly eyes. And then you realize, oh, those are fisheye cameras so that I can see the room while I have the visor on. Even in very low light, it works quite well. It reminds me of, those moments where like I first played with the Xbox Connect. I mean, that was a dud of a peripheral, but it was one of those moments where I was like, whoa, the future's now, guys. Because I remember the first time my Xbox registered my heartbeat, like I didn't tell it to, it just did it. And I was like, whoa, it's looking at one of my organs right now. That's bizarre. Please stop. Like,
Yeah, my
it's like,
watch does that. It freaks me the fuck out.
yeah, it's the overlay of my gaming now with, the real world. It's pretty cool. I sound like probably like a boomer talking, but it blew my mind a little bit.
So how is the battery life? Like what can you reasonably expect?
Oh, the batteries will last much longer than you will, let me tell you. So I have headache problems and neurological issues. And so why am I doing VR? Great question. I played it anyway, and I just did the like first contact, which is kind of one of the apps that help you. I think it used to just moving things around, like picking things up and putting things in different places and like playing with the robot and 3D printing things in VR. That's pretty fun. But after that, I started to feel bad. Like I got a headache, and then I've had a headache ever since. So I haven't tried it again. But the batteries are great, in my opinion. My batteries, on the other hand, not so great.
Yeah, you can expect to get like some type of headache or something. I got headaches when I had the Vive, and I'm not normally subjected to that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a
It
weird
also
thing.
Well, it's happy. It brings back gaming kind of this new nostalgia feeling that where it really does deliver as futuristic technology. And, I'm flashing back to these other memories I've had in gaming or with technology where I've been like, wow, what a cool thing. Like that actually made me pause and go, whoa, or, have like this mind blown moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the other one is. Oh, you have to like touch the floor with your controller. So there's like, you really are building this like 4D environment. You're helping construct to play safely in. And then you disappear. Goodbye, world. You forget, I came home and scared the shit out of my spouse. It was hilarious. He was playing Beat Saber. He didn't hear me come in.
So you got Beat Saber, huh?
Oh, yeah. Beat Saber is very fun. I don't know if you have any 2020 resolutions, but all of mine revolve around trying to improve my Beat Saber score.
Yeah, I don't believe in that shit. I believe if you wanted to do something, you would have done it in December and not wait for a fucking magical year to happen. If you want to do something, you'll do it.
It's just the timing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any.
New year, new me.
I mean, I have like some goals, but those are not like tied to 2020 new me. Did you play anything else?
No, but I have other games ready to go. I'm just waiting for the headache to go away. If you guys have
VR
any feedback,
games.
Yeah, if you have any feedback on suggestions for apps or VR games in the Oculus store, I also have Steam VR that I have not set up yet. But it makes me want to try more VR. Like I want to get the Labo for my Switch and play Breath of the Wild in VR. That would be really fun. I've heard that's cool.
Yeah, you could like watch movies and stuff in VR too. I don't know how intense that might be. It might be like low intensity.
The one thing I did see is that you're sitting in a theater and you're looking at a screen. So it was not intense.
Yeah. So what games did you get? You got Beat Saber.
I just bought Beat Saber. It was only $30. I was happy to pay that price for Beat Saber. I mean, they have that game at the arcade, like barcade I go to, and it's worth the price. Hello. There's Quill on there, which I recognized, which I think is a flying game. And then there's a game called Climb where you climb a mountain, First Contact, Dream Studio or something. I haven't tried that yet because it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I just had fun hanging out in my little science trailer, 3D printing Nerf guns. I had a good time.
It's cool. Do you think it's worth the price of admission? Isn't it like $400, $500, $450?
Yeah, you can get it on sale for $350, I believe. I think it's definitely worth it. If you are a PC gamer, get it. If you have a high-end PC, why not?
You heard that, Mark Zuckerberg? Do you need our routing number?
Or bank routing.
Yeah. So this week I transferred myself out of the private league in Path of Exile, and then completely burned out. After that, yeah.
Why did you leave your private league? You were having fun.
I was gonna have to leave it anyway soon, and it's this weird thing where it's kind of like solo self-found, so I'm confined to the people in the group that are playing, and 50% of them are not playing. The other people are not doing the things that I need, and I was just like, why am I sitting here waiting for a really cheap helmet that I need to drop when I could just go into the league and buy it? And I had a whole bunch of crazy shit on my character anyway, and I sold that in the league, and I made a whole bunch of money. Whatever. I put Path of Exile on the shelf. There's still 2.5 months left of the league. I might come back. I played a little bit of it when I got bored. It's more like the, turn your brain off and just do the campaign type of game at this point for me, and do maps. But that's not even the spiciest thing. Bought Luigi's Mansion, paid $32. Had a whole bunch of coins. Whole bunch of coins in the $20 gift card that I got from Secret Santa. Fuck that piano boss
He's
real
tough.
hard.
Yeah, he's a big boss.
Yeah, he did some bullshit to me, and he double shot the what is it? The keys at me, and then the hitbox was extra big, extra thick for no reason. And then I
You got to
died.
use Goiji as bait. Always have a Goiji out as your bait because he recharges.
Yeah,
That's
but
my plan.
I was on point with the whole like jumping thing. It's a pretty cool game. I will give it credit. It's kind of like my lay in bed play game, like when I'm tired or just want to relax.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I
Gotta
take.
pay attention. There's so many secrets in that game.
I know. I had like 3,000 or 4,000 coins before even hitting the first boss. I was sucking at everything.
Mm-hmm. You gotta use your, it's called like poltergust,
Yeah.
your vacuum on everything.
Just sucking everything.
Also, there's a blow feature. This is a game for children.
Yeah, surprisingly, those puzzles are pretty. Maybe I'm just old, but I was.
I
It was
was
taking
like,
me a
maybe
while.
I'm dumb.
That too. I might be a little dumb because some of them were taking me a little bit of time to actually realize. But then again, on the 6th floor, it took me way longer than I realized to get Guiji through the fucking gate.
Oh.
I was
Yeah,
like,
there's certain things where you'd be like, oh shit, I should have been doing that this whole time.
yeah, it was one of those like Homer Simpson dope moments. Yeah, but that's the Luigi's Mansion. I'm taking my time. I'm not gonna rush through it. I think I'm on the 6th floor right now.
My favorite floor was the garden one. Really beautiful level because you like climb this flower tower. Just really cool. You swing from vines
Is that
and
later
stuff.
on?
Yeah,
Okay.
post 6. I would say probably 8 or 9.
Yeah.
The Garden Suites, I think it's called.
Yeah, it's a fun
There's
game.
some good ones.
I like it a lot. And the big news.
Mm-hmm.
I purchased Escape from Tarkov. Played it before. If you don't know what it is a super hardcore like militia simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Like FPS. It is blowing up on Twitch right now. So many people are
It
playing.
looks difficult.
It
Are
is
you enjoying
difficult.
it?
Yes, but with friends. It is.
Yeah.
It's a very, it's a very like mechanic and like knowledge based game. There's a ton of shit. This is like this game reminds me of like a 90s game where they don't hold your hand through anything. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so this is not like Katamari Damacy. This is like a realistic shooter.
Yeah, it's super realistic.
This is a very serious game.
But it's fun. I like it. I'm surprised it's been out for a while. I played it a year and a half ago. Somebody gave me one of those free trial codes, and they offered me the standard version of the game. And at that point, I was like, no, just give it to somebody else. I didn't really like it. But a whole bunch of my friends are playing it, and I got tired of them talking about it without, me knowing what it's about. And I just said, fuck it. I have disposable income. I'm just going to buy it.
Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big news. I've just been playing that a whole bunch and dying.
Yeah.
But it is satisfying, one tapping somebody from mega deep. Yeah, check it out. It's blowing up on Twitch. There's Twitch drops. And also, I wanted to mention that too. Something,
I got an email.
What's your email?
Well, for Twitch drops. Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah, Tarkov's been out for 2 or 3 years. And it hasn't blown up this big. I just wanted to mention, like, between a new patch coming up, right? And Twitch drops, put the Tarkov community in a frenzy. So many Fortniters are playing it. It is the new Fortnite of the month.
New Fortnite of the month. Huh.
Yeah. If you just check the numbers, it's like,
So the power of Twitch with their drops, that's cool.
yeah,
They can reignite a game.
that's what I was hinting at, the power of, the drops and everybody just sitting in chat, and so many people who have been sitting at like 3K viewers ballooning up to like 60, 70K.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a quick
The hype's on Tarkov.
Yep, that's the 2020 hype. I don't know if it'll last though. I don't think it will. Maybe. Who knows?
I think some of it though is because people see the drops as valuable. Maybe they have resale value, so people
They don't.
lurk in these. Oh,
One thing I like
All
about
right,
that
my
game
bad.
is there's 3 different versions. There's a standard version, a middle tier version. There might be 2 middle tier versions, and there's the $100 and whatever dollar one. I have that one. And all you get really is just some items which you don't really need, because people play, if you play it enough, you could play it on a free account.
mm-hmm.
You could get the space eventually through your little hideout mechanic. Yeah, they don't sell anything. Everything is just in-game currency. I love that.
Wow.
I love that so much.
Yeah, that sounds like a fair way to play.
It's not my forever game though. I can't see myself playing this game. It's very adrenaline inducing.
Oh, I'll have to watch a stream of it.
Oh yeah. Just yeah, I'll just shout out some streamers. The ones I've been watching at least. Pestily is one. Landmark with a V is the first A is another one. Anton Clean with a K. I think that's about it. Those are the main ones that and Veritas. Those are the people that I watch. Those are the ones you should watch. They've been playing the game for years.
Okay. Cool. I will check them out.
They're not, being vultures. Wink, wink. That's all I've been playing, really.
I had fun playing. A friend lent me a tablet. It was his tablet, and he had Cultist Simulator on there, which I didn't know you could play on tablet or mobile. But it's a better experience on like a tablet or a PC just because of the amount of space you need for all the cards you start accumulating. And I've read about this game, but I'd never played it before and jumped right in. It did a good job of kind of guiding you and holding your hand to navigate the deck building. But I liked it, and I can't stop thinking about it. And I've been thinking about buying it. I don't know if I would stream it or not because I feel like it would be boring, but it was interesting. I did not build my cult. I did not gain a follower. If anyone's played this game, I did die of starvation, which the person was like, "Oh, I've never died of starvation before." I was like, "Yes." So
Okay.
achievement unlocked.
A lot to unpack here. So it's a card game?
It is. It's a simulated card game on your desktop. And it's called Cultist Simulator. I've been playing a lot of tabletop, spending a lot of time at the board game bar. It's been fun. Painted some more miniatures. It's going well.
Yeah, I saw that you posted that on Instagram. Tentacle Dude, I think was the last one I saw.
Yeah, if anyone's looking for a cool 2020 hobby, I would really recommend you check out painting miniatures. I find it very relaxing. It's a good time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they have like videos online to do it, right?
Yeah, they do. And there's Twitch streams too. But I'm just starting out, and the way that I'm learning is by going to a board game, like a tabletop bar, and they have a night, I think twice a month now, where you can go and talk to people that know what they're doing or socialize with fellow nerds that really know what they're doing and just paint.
Nice.
You get a free little miniature to paint too. I bring my own though. I brought that tentacle figurine, some sort of sorceress.
Are there any games that you're excited for?
In
the near
future? That is a great question. Yes. Thank you for asking me that. On January 9th, Mythic Ocean is about to release finally. I shouldn't say finally, it hasn't been like delayed or anything, but I've just been really excited for it to come out finally because I played it while it was in development, and I got to play the like alpha and the beta modes. So I can't wait for it to be done.
January 9th, right?
Yeah,
That's really soon. It's in a
it
week.
is. Yeah, I can't wait to play the full game. They've been teasing lots. Like I've only experienced a sliver of the game, what they had in the demo. There's a whole bunch of gods that I can't wait to meet and visit and find out about what their powers are and how they affect the game. And so even to see the like old characters that I remember from the demo that I really liked.
Are you going to stream it?
Yes, hell yeah. So
Hell yeah. You can find M at twitch.tv/mbopp.
That's me.
2 P's.
Mythic Ocean. EMBOPP.
There's
Mythic
one
Ocean.
game I'm not really excited for it, but I'm intrigued. It's called Temtem. And it's basically like a Pokemon inspired MMO.
Cool. I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out later this month, in early access. There's a beta, but I think at this point, by the time you guys see this and try to get in, you won't be able to. They'll close it down. I think it was for early backers on like Kickstarter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks very interesting. I wonder if my biggest question is if it's going to be one-time payment and then a whole shitload of microtransactions, or it's going to be a subscription, like a monthly thing. I don't think that's been revealed. I assume that it's just going to be payment of like maybe $30 or $40, and then they'll charge you for all the cool shit, all the cosmetics.
What platform is this on?
Oh, I think it's from what I know personally, I think it's PC. And it might be the Switch. I'm not entirely sure.
Sounds like a fun Switch game.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how good it runs. I'm looking at it right now on my browser.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be on the Switch and PC. I've seen it. You could currently put it on your wish list on Steam. So I'm looking at it right now. So it's PS4, Xbox One, Steam, and Nintendo Switch.
I wish I could play it on mobile. It sounds like a cute little mobile game to play.
It's
without knowing
definitely
anything about it.
It definitely has an art style similar to, I would say, Dauntless.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not quite cell shaded, but it is. I don't know. It's gonna be definitely an interesting like grassroots type of like game. It's definitely a little bit more deep than Pokemon is. It looks to be on the surface level from what I can tell, just by looking at and seeing what the developer says. I'm very interested in it, and I think I'll be done with Tarkov by that time, and I'm gonna dive into this and see what really is up.
Cool. I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to branch out more and play different games.
Temtem. TEM, right?
TM. All one word. Pokemon like MMO. With
Cool.
weird looking ass Temtems?
To be determined.
Oh yeah, they're called Temtems. Yeah, they're just fucking biting off the the Pokemon fucking style. There is a Pokemon MMO, but it's kind of like unofficial and like black market shit. I played it once. Never played it again.
Oh, never mind.
All right, so let's talk about TV.
Yes, I'm dying to ask you this about. I started watching The Witcher, and oh boy, yeah, I stopped and realized I need to be paying better attention, and rewatched an episode at. Okay, spoiler alert if you are waiting to watch any part of The Witcher, but there's a scene where involving eels.
Yes.
And I was very confused because it felt like a pivotal moment somehow. And she was doing something to these eels in the magical place. And I was like, why and what? So then I went backwards and rewatched that episode, and I still don't really understand what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know how we should handle this. If we should do it episode by episode or like do it in batches. I think they're a little too long to do it in batches. Or
Really?
episode. Yeah, they're an hour long each.
I feel like it would be fine doing it in batches as we talk about confusion, because I feel like more confusion is coming. I'm only 2 episodes in, and I was like, why is she scooping eels? Someone explain this to me.
Yeah, it's
It's not
definitely
like The Mandalorian where it's like paced so slowly and everything's really clear. And this is more, there's a lot going on. It's like Game of Thrones episodes.
Yeah, I finished it and I still don't know what the fuck was going on. It's like one of those things where you have to like go back and have your lore book out, start checking shit
they're
off.
magic eels, guys. They're magic. That's why. I can't figure out anything besides the answer is always going to be because magic or because he's mutated. That's what they always say about Geralt is, oh, the mutations.
Yeah, he's a mutant. He was created. He's not.
Do you like his voice?
It bothered me at first.
Yes.
It bothered me at first, but it kind of grows on you after a while.
He's like Christian Bale from Dark Knight. I can't even mimic it.
You know what's funny? On my Go XLR, I have a fucking Christian Bale sound effect.
Cool. Oh, I was like, is it from Dark Knight?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting show. We still have a little ways to go for any type of Mandalorian stuff. Any type of Marvel show. It's at least a couple months off. Disney Plus actually pushed up a whole bunch of shows. Did you see that? Did you see that little teaser they did?
Negative.
Yeah, so they pushed up I think WandaVision, and there's another one. I think it was the Captain America or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I forget what they call it, but they pushed that one up to 2020 instead of 2021. So I felt like they didn't have enough content, and then Mandalorian season 2 is not until the fall. Sorry if you were expecting something else.
How do you know it's not till the fall? IMDb just says 2020
for Mandalorian.
Yeah,
that's straight from Daddy Favreau's mouth.
Got it.
Yeah, so just a quick tease of The Witcher. I think it was an okay show. It didn't blow me away. It's very hard to follow, but I do like Henry Cavill as Geralt.
I also like the words that they use. Like the whole time they're talking about Nilfgaarden or Nilfgaard. I keep thinking they're saying Milfgarden the whole time. It's pretty funny. So I realized there is no Milfgarden anywhere. They were talking about Nilfgaard.
Probably is a MILF garden. You never know.
Episode 1 could have had a MILF garden. There was a garden with a bunch of ladies in it.
There was. That show, I believe, is getting a season 2. It needs a season 2. You can't just leave it on where they left it.
Does it make you want to pick up the games?
I already had all the games, but no. I'm not one of the... I'm not... You can't advertise to me. It doesn't work. But
okay.
The Witcher 3 got a resurgence in popularity.
Yeah, it did.
I think last time I checked, there was like 46 to 50,000 people playing for a game that's old as hell. 2016 or 2015.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It has high replayability.
It's also long as hell. The Witcher 3 is a solid game. I haven't finished it, but I have seen a few playthroughs of it. It's a solid game. You can get at least 100 hours out of that.
Easily.
But yeah, I mean, we'll discuss it behind the scenes about how to handle The Witcher. I have no problems rewatching it, especially for Yennefer. But Remains to be seen, to be announced, to be determined.
Did you just make a licking sound for Yennefer? Is that what happened?
That was a slurp. That was not a lick.
That was a whole gulp. All right. Well,
yeah.
You're spoiling shit for me, so let's not talk about The Witcher anymore.
Okay.
I'm going to keep watching it.
Okay. All right. So comes the time of the show where we're going to talk about The Mandalorian. So if you are not trying to get spoiled, because spoilers will be happening.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week with no Mandalorian, because this is the last episode. So you've been warned. Okay.
Mandalorian.
Shit.
Redemption.
Or as I like to say.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang! All right.
This episode. This episode was the icing on the cake. I loved it.
Did you?
Okay. I loved it.
You weren't alone. It's very highly rated on IMDb.
Yes. Lots of payoff. And then also new questions. So let's start from the beginning, right?
Okay.
So episode 7 left us off where they were trapped. And Gus Fring, aka Moff Gideon.
The Moff.
Has them trapped, right? Baby Yoda he got yoinked.
Captured.
Yep, he got yoinked. And
Queel is dead.
Queel is dead. Yes, they did kill Queel.
They killed Queel.
I was very surprised at that. That is a very un-Disney like thing to do.
Kind of unceremoniously too, and off camera.
I don't think
we just saw his dead body.
Yeah, I don't think they were gonna show him dying. Yeah, I don't think so. They could have put it in for sure. Last week's episode was what, 20 something minutes?
Yeah.
They could have definitely put it in. The first part of the episode with this, I guess they're called stormtroopers, desert troopers. Who cares?
No, stormtroopers.
They're different though. They look different. Speed troopers?
I watch with the captions on, and they were Stormtrooper 1 and Stormtrooper 2.
Okay. I like that scene, and I kind of hated it too, because I don't know. I just felt like the hitting was a little too much.
Even on rewatch, you didn't like it?
It was funny. Some of the shit was funny. Like them not being able to shoot and be like, huh, whatever. Not question. No self-awareness there.
If you're a comedy fan, the Stormtrooper 1 and Stormtrooper 2, that was Adam Pally and Jason Sudeikis in there. I don't know if anyone's a fan of I think he's from SNL and other comedy shows.
Mr. Waititi directed this episode.
Taika Waititi, yes, he did a really good job.
He did an amazing job. I had this thought. I would love if Jon Favreau wrote the screenplays and the scripts for any new Star Wars movie they would like to do, and then just have Mr. Waititi direct them.
Sure. He can write them too. I don't care. I like him.
Yeah, they killed this episode. They knocked this shit out of the park for me. So we got Baby Yoda bit that little motherfucker's finger for touching him. I love that moment. That's not my favorite moment of the episode though. One episode, I literally was cackling at the very end, but we'll get to it. I think you know what part it is. IG Droid. The nurse droid. Yeah. Played by Mr. Waititi. He was badass.
He was badass. And the fact that he had the kid strapped to his baby carrier and just slaying the whole time.
Yeah, it really sets the tone because
you keep bringing up my favorite moments too. So just keep going.
So, no, what were you gonna say?
No, the show is best when I think in these little moments, like on rewatch, I was kind of annoyed at the comedy because of how peak action the moments were. Ugnaugh's dead. They have the child. I was like, come on, hurry up. But it still kept its slow pace. And on rewatch, I really liked it a lot. I thought it was very funny and very well done. And The Mandalorian is best in these little moments, in my opinion. The stakes are very much Star Wars. the action is like Star Wars, where it's peaks and valleys and the stakes are not so high. Things are resolved quickly. But the little comedic moments, like with Baby Yoda or with the stormtroopers, make The Mandalorian a 10 out of 10 show.
Yeah. For me, it was probably, I would give it a 8.5 or like strong 9.
Yeah, it's almost a 10 on IMDb this episode.
I'm talking about the series as a whole.
Okay.
There was some weak points I felt that were kind of weak. In hindsight, I didn't really like the gunslinger.
Yeah.
That much compared to
that
everything else.
That would be my least favorite. I agree. What was your favorite?
The last one for sure. The last one or the first one?
I really liked The Prisoner and the first one a lot. The Prisoner was when the Guardians of the Galaxy, the bunch of like mercenaries they hired.
That was a solid one too.
Just I remember the music and I liked that prison raid. It was I thought it was well done.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Moff Gideon knows, I'm not going to call her Hot Buns, Cara Dune's name.
Cara
Dune's, sorry. And he knows the Mandalorian's name. It was Jin something. Yeah. He knows his name. And he knows Carl Weathers' name. I'm not even going to remember it. So the backstory with Moff Gideon is that he was an ISB or IBS officer when they killed everyone or most of the people on Mandalore. And we got the payoff. We saw what happened after his parents closed that gate.
Yeah. A big long flashback.
Yes. That was that was what I was waiting for. And it explains so much. It explains why he's so loyal to the Mandalorians. Mm-hmm. And we realize that it's not a race, it is a creed. So anybody could be a Mandalorian.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, dope shit. Hats off and like golf claps for Jon Favreau for like fabricating this shit. It is amazing. The reason why he doesn't like droids is because a droid killed his parents.
Yeah.
And it was about to kill him.
He's learning to trust again, though, because of the heroism of IG-11.
Yeah.
Saving little Yoder.
Oh, yeah. And saving the Mandalorian. So there's a whole big fucking gunfight. Lots of badass moments here. Everyone has their moment. Except maybe Carl Weathers. I don't think he really had a moment. He was just there.
Yeah. He was just there to believe.
And to drink that blue shit, whatever that was.
Yeah. I forget what they called it, but it's fermented something.
Is it like the goat milk that Luke was drinking in episode 8?
It might be.
Lol.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody had their moment. The droid IG-11 had his moment. Baby Yoda's cute as always. Mandalorian, badass. Moff Gideon, they're setting him up to be a formidable villain. Which is great. The action was great. The flame trooper was badass. And then our little green boy chucked that
Held
shit
off
at
the
him.
flames.
Yep. And then chucked it.
He killed the guy. He roasted him.
Yeah.
And then just kind of sat down. He was like, oh.
Yes. And the sequencing of this like area and this like these scenes is so fucking good because Baby Yoda saves everyone. He can't force heal because he lost all his energy. He passed out basically.
Yeah.
So the Mandalorian, he gets blown up by Moff Gideon because he's using the Gatling gun against them, their own gun against them, and he's hurt. He's 1 HP. He's absolute, right? And he has to let go of his prejudice against the droid, or he's going to die.
The droid.
Yeah. There was There was like
It was well done. I did not want to see that Mandalorian's face. I was like, you told us he can't take off the helmet. I get it. Don't take off the helmet. And then seeing his face and that whole sequence was, I'm surprised I liked it. I did not think I would like seeing his face because I was like, no, this is a creed. Like, I get it. Let's follow the creed. Don't take off the helmet, whatever. But
so were you cool with the justification?
yes.
I was
it.
cool with it too. I was really on board with it. It made sense.
It did.
It made perfect sense.
A lot of things don't make sense, but that made sense to me. I was like, yes, this makes sense. Let's go for it. It was an emotional moment. And I think it was critical for the Mandalorian's character.
Yep, for sure. He was prepared to die. He took off his little pendant.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, this will get you safe passage. Tell them this, tell them that, and get the fuck out of here. And
exactly.
In some ways, I think the Quill character is kind of like embedded into IG-11.
For sure, he's the programmer.
Right. So his like work lives on in him. And honestly, if it wasn't for the droid, they'd be dead.
That's true. If it wasn't for Quill and the droid, they would be long dead. They would be roasted.
So his legacy lives on. So then we go into the sewers, right? How'd you feel about the sequence of things?
So what happened to the Mandalorians?
Okay, so from what I gathered, I believe that the ones that were in the pile were killed.
I thought they revealed their faces and chose to leave.
It could go 50-50 because you saw one of the masks had a hole in it.
Ah, okay.
The one that the Mandalorian picked up had a hole in it. So it could be either way. You could take it as some of them escaped and some of them were killed. But my takeaway from this and my favorite scene in this like whole sequence was the blacksmith and how fucking badass she is.
Her slaying with her hammer and like her tongs. That was amazing. She's called the Armorer.
The Armorer? Okay. She's still a blacksmith to me. Yeah, so basically she just in this sequence she basically legitimizes Baby Yoda and basically orders the Mandalorian to find out where he needs to go, his species, or train him. Basically, you're stuck with him. Either way, you're not gonna find the species of the Yodi. I don't think so. There's only 2 sightings of the species so far. Well, 3 now, but 2.
So I heard someone call. I was eavesdropping. Someone was talking about the Mandalorian, and they kept calling the child, aka Baby Yoda, a tridactyl. Or a tridact or something. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know how to feel about that. What the hell is that?
Because he's got 3 fingers. They were like, this is a species. And I was like, well, don't you know everything?
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, George Lucas was very adamant on not giving any backstory for Yoda ever. Nobody knows except him and maybe Jon Favreau. So it remains to be seen.
To be determined.
Yeah, so basically, Mandalorian set off, gets his little jetpack, and they ride off into the sunset. But oh no, they're trapped. Oh, can we talk about R2-D2 with fucking legs and arms?
What are you talking about?
The little droid in the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
I forget what he was called, but he was basically, he was like ferrying them down. He was like a gondolier. He was like singing to them and stuff. That was really funny.
And then they fucking shoot him because he doesn't want to stop, but they can't stop anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. The little moments make the show great.
Yes. My favorite moment is at the very end. Stormtroopers get bodied. IG-11 sacrifices himself to kill them. And Moff Gideon shows up in his TIE fighter. We're fucked. We're sitting ducks. And Carl Weathers goes to the child and says, do your little hand thing. And he puts 3 fingers up. And then baby Yodi starts laughing and starts waving at him back. That is the funniest thing in that episode. And it's in such a time of peril where that this dude's coming after you. And you just sneak that in. It was so good. Long story short, Mandalorian presumably kills Moff Gideon, doesn't. Gets exonerated by the guild. Dope as hell. Carl Weathers, they're good. They're on good terms. Cara Dune stays behind, ready to fuck shit up. And on Navarro, by the way. And Moff Gideon survives. And then the biggest reveal, this dude has a fucking darksaber. Hello?
Yeah. What was that? Was that a lightsaber? That was some sort of energy sword.
Okay, now, without going too deep into it, it was part of the Clone Wars, and those darksabers were used way back when by Mandalorians when they fought alongside the Jedi.
Cool.
He's not a Mandalorian. He stole it and possibly killed the person that did have it in the Clone Wars. So we may be finding out what happened to that, because I guess we're getting a new Clone Wars series, I believe, animated.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, dope episode. 2020 fall, we're getting Mandalorian 2. They're almost done shooting, so that means that there's going to be a fuck ton of CGI and special effects.
Wow, because they have all this time to finish it.
Yeah, they've got, a couple months. No, like 9 months, 8 months, 7 months, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait. But that also means that fucking Disney Plus is going to get another year out of me.
Exactly. It's not a bad thing. It's a good show.
Yeah. So, any other thoughts before we go?
No, I'm ready to wrap. I really enjoyed this season of The Mandalorian, and I'm going to keep watching The Witcher.
Yeah, and if you've been sticking with us these past 8 weeks, 2 months already, and you're just here for the Star Wars, we hope you stick around. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Anywhere
thanks for listening.
Anywhere we post the podcast. It's been a fun ride, and we'll be back next week.
See you next week.
Bye.